Remember the song about the island of bad luck? There were, unlucky, people who cried from night till dawn. And no matter what they did, things didn't work out. Very reminiscent of Meghan and Harry, don't you think? They wrote a book, made a movie, gave interviews, met with influential people. And one person is more beautiful than the other. Only Dr. Mate with his forbidden hallucinogenic herb worth. And the Late Show episode with Stephen Colbert at the end of February went almost unnoticed. And in vain, because Prince Harry said that he believed in reincarnation and wanted to return to Earth in the form of an elephant one day. Another touch to his portrait, so to speak. In a word, the Sussexes are ready for anything, just to get their moment of glory, and more money. They wanted fame and got it, but with a minus sign. Now they are not loved in America even more than Prince Andrew. Their popularity in the United States dropped sharply after the publication of the book. Harry's rating since December dropped by 48 points, and Meghan's by 40 points. This is hardly exactly what they expected, since the couple devoted so much time and energy to telling their true story. So it turns out that scandalists are not only disliked in the UK, but also in the US? Of course, Harry and Meghan disagree with such an assessment of their hard work. They said that these surveys mean nothing. The Dukes of Sussex assure everyone, if the prince's memoirs have become a bestseller, it means that this fact refutes the opinion that they are so unpopular in America. Nevertheless, the couple, according to an eyewitness, lay low. They must be licking their wounds. Locals confirm that the Sussexes have withdrawn from the limelight. Richard Maynards, a British expatriate and Montecito Journal columnist, said, "I live about a minute's drive from their estate in Riven Rock, and they were both seen quite often in the summer when Harry played for the Los Padres polo team at the Santa Barbara Polo Club. Since then, however, they have hardly been seen. Except occasionally, Harry would walk his Labrador at Miramar Beach or ride his bike around the neighborhood, not alone, of course, but with a security team in a Range Rover. It looks like the Dukes of Sussex are hiding in a hole." Maynards also notes that the couple is upset about the decline in popularity and criticism, which isn't surprising since the South Park episode about the Dukes was much discussed at the local Pierre Lafond Café. Who's going to like that even your solidly famous neighbors are discussing your fiasco? Criticism of the Dukes of Sussex, meanwhile, only gaining momentum. For example, Kinsey Schofield, host of the podcast, To D for Daily, believes that Samantha Markle now has every chance to win at least in the public eye. "I think any lawsuit that could lead to the Sussexes hitting the headlines is a nightmare for Meghan." She told Instagram and The Tig about loving her father and dining with him at fancy Beverly Hills delis after dance lessons. She later changed the story and told everyone that she grew up poor and ate at a Sizzler salad bar for $4.99. Meghan lived a life of privilege, but changed her story to please a certain audience. Sooner or later it will come out in court. Criticism of the Dukes of Sussex, meanwhile, is only gaining momentum. For example, To D for Daily podcast host Kinsey Schofield thinks Samantha Markle now has a good chance of winning at least in the public eye. "I think any lawsuit that could lead to the Sussexes hitting the headlines is a nightmare for Meghan." She told Instagram and The Tig about loving her father and dining with him at fancy Beverly Hills delis after dance lessons. She later changed the story and told everyone that she grew up poor and ate at a Sizzler salad bar for $4.99. Meghan lived a life of privilege, but changed her story to please a certain audience. Sooner or later it will come out in court. It turns out that Prince Harry's continued stream of self-pity has the exact opposite effect. His whining has made him less popular and more unloved than ever before. But Harry's complaints and accusations about his father make Charles, oddly enough, more understandable to the public, more human. His role is close to many. A kind but fair father publicly rebukes the bullying son, Harry. The very case when it is better not to interfere Sussex to bury his reputation.